Thokozani bogogo nabomkhulu, makhosi amakhulu, makhosi amahle. Hello, good people. My name is Gogo Mpho Kamudi, Prophet Dr. Mkhulu Mpho. I want to talk about my journey as a prophet. How did I get to know that I've got an InZunza spirit? I have got the gift of prophecy, a gift of preaching, educating people. If I can talk about a bit about myself, ikhona isonto kade ngisingene ekhaya. Yeah, but they don't allow sangomas. So I was a prophet, ngithwasela ubuprofeti, and then esontweni I used to preach, I used to prophesize, I used to ukuthi ngenise isonto. I won't mention the name of the church. I used to preach so much. I used to esontweni yethu kade sinikezwa imvumo yokuthi abantu besifazane abomamthandazi abantu abathandazayo singenise isonto before the main church service would commence. So I would take an initiative a lot of times. Yeah, it was bengena every second week of every second week. Sure, 1 week we would skip and then the next week we would do it. So I would not I miss it for a second. I would be there. I would avail myself all the time. So the journey of a prophecy of Usipho Senzunza has always like you know, like I would always realize I've always realized I had always seen many signs in my life. So I'm trying to make this video because ngifuna ukuthi abantu abaningi bayibone lento ukuthi ukuba nesipho ngeke icale manje, ngeke icale unyaka odlulile. It's something that you would see as a child, as a teen, in fact as a teenager, from the age of 12 as a child. And then there would be many signs. I would dream a lot, I would prophesize about people, especially when I would read the Bible and preach. I would preach kade ngitolika esontweni. So if you don't understand isiZulu esontweni, somebody would interpret for you, or isiXhosa. So some would speak Sesotho, some would speak and interpret it for you in isiZulu or isiXonga or isiXhosa. So I would do that a lot. There's many roles that I played at the church. So, and I realized that the InZunza spirit has always resonated with me. The gift has always surfaced in my life. It has always shown itself in many, many ways. Ancestors have always shown themselves in my life in so many ways. They used a lot of signs, and I've realized that the gift of prophecy, the Zunza spirit, it is more powerful because and also if you have a Zunza spirit, you would love to organize, to be with people, to preach for people, to help people, to be there for people, and punctuality. You'd always be on time. So that's the person I am. I like to prepare ahead when I go to the river and cleanse people. But I'm trying to explain the fact that as a story, my story for noticing that I have got a Zunzan spirit, I've always been a prophet. I would preach to people, I would help people, I would do so much, I would give my time cooking for people, staying behind and cleaning up at the church. That's how dedicated I have been. So ukucala kusiza abantu, ukusebenzela abantu, ukuba nenhliziyo enhle, ukuba nobubele nothando for ukusiza abantu has always been something I had. It has always been there. Giving my time, my services, giving free services has always been something I did. I've always been doing that. But I didn't realize that it is the Nzunza spirit. It is the power of the gods, and my ancestors have blessed me. I have been given so much. I must share so much. I'm doing this video because I want to make known to someone listening or watching the video that look, ukucala ukusiza abantu, dedicating my time and giving free services, free consultations, akusento eqala manje, akusento engicala manje, akusento leyo ngizoyimisa anytime soon. I've always been a people helper, giving my time, um and I've always noticed that I've even helped my enemies. Well, it doesn't matter if you help someone and they become your enemy, they turn against you and they realize that they want to use you for their own benefit. You help them because you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, not because you want to prove a point. But somebody will think they're using you. Can't it's wena unjalo into lento leo ikwena. So the Nzusa spirit is very powerful because it surfaces in a person at a very early stage. I think a lot of people that will be listening to the video, if you're looking at this video or listening, you would understand that look, it's not a mistake that you realize that you have a gift and you have been behaving in a different way as a child, especially from the age of 12, because you see posedlosi sibonakala kakhulu from the age of 12. You would see things, you'd see people, you would see dead people, you would hear voices, you would see abathakathi. When you would have visions during the day as a child, you're still at school, mind you, and you wouldn't even understand. And when you talk about it, people think, "Acha, you must be out of your mind. Are you going to kuluma?" I used to tell other people, and they would tell me, "Look, that's too serious. That's too serious." But I've always been known as a prophet. Um, where I used to work, people would know me as a prophet that ayikho into engayazi. Yonke into ngiyayazi. If I speak to you, I would know everything about you. But I'm not at liberty to share people's lives or information. I'm not that kind of a person. Even if I know everything else about you and the ancestors reveal everything else about you, I'll pretend like I don't know anything. I'll pretend like there's nothing I know. But deep down in my heart, I would know that I know everything. So I'm trying to say that look, the Nzunza spirit is very, very powerful. So if you have been told that you have the spirit of Inzunza, your ancestors are the Inzunza, you must know that you are highly, highly powerfully, and you are powerfully gifted, and you will be challenged. You will face many challenges. You will be challenged by witches because they know you know what you know. Yeah, they know you know their secrets. So they'll always challenge you, but they will do nothing. They can only try, attempt to do whatever that they want to do, but they know they can't do nothing to you because you are always ahead. You are always 10 times a step ahead of about everything else. Whether uzoboniswa ngamaphupho, you will have visions during the day, you'll hear your ancestors telling you everything. So ukuba nesipho senzunza, it's one of the best things I have experienced. But zonke isipho sedlozi, it doesn't matter ukuthi somundawo mundiki balosi, all are very powerful gifts. All of them are powerful, but here I'm talking about InZunza, that being a prophet has always been my life, the story of my life. I've always been helping people for free because I want to also make people understand that ukusiza abantu manje for free, it is something that my ancestors have always prompted me to do. So I'm not even surprised if I'm told to do this, if I'm told to do anything for someone for free. I will tell them, look, your ancestors have decided that you mustn't pay this X rent, and I'm charging this X rent amount, and I'm only charging you this. So yes, but let's acknowledge our ancestors and thank them. Even if you don't understand what's happening with your gift, just study the science. That's why I like to tell people a lot that look, when I consult your ancestors, when they tell you to do research about yourself, as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, study how you lived, find out what happened to you. Did you have any signs? Were the signs confirming, telling you about any of the spirits? Because if I explain the dreams of, excuse me, Mundao, and I will tell you that you would be dreaming big animals, elephants, leopards, tiger, lion. If you dream of such animals, know that you are a Mundao. And if you dream of water, snakes, you are InZunza. If you dream of a lot of water, clear, clean water, shining blue water, you know that you have the power, you have the spirit of InZunza. So some of the things we must go and do our background check and do research and try to remember how our childhood was. That look, there were signs. Some people, they say, look, from the age of 20 they would remember a lot of things. So if you put all that information together, it must confirm something to you. Even if I would tell you in the free consultation that look, you you have this kind of a gift, there must be something that registers in your mind to say, look, there has always been some signs towards that.